In this video, we will compare different ways to get results from a database using ORM. We will learn the respective scenarios for using each method listed here, so we can choose the suitable ones for specific use cases. These methods provide flexibility based on the type of data expected, allowing for error handling, performance optimization, or specific query patterns. All the code examples given in this video can be run as they are if the environment is set up as demonstrated. We will use Docker to start a MySQL server locally and also install the required packages in a virtual environment. We will create a simple ORM class in the SQLAlchemy 2.0 style, which uses mapped and mapped_column features to define columns. This ORM class contains 3 columns, namely the student ID, name, and group. To work with ORM classes, we need to use SQLAlchemy sessions. In this example, we will create a scoped session factory which will produce the same session instance when called in the same thread. This is some boilerplate code that can be used in all ORM-related projects. After that, we will create the table and insert some dummy data to play with. Note that we can use the metadata of the base ORM class to create all tables whose ORM classes inherit the same base class. Besides, the SQLAlchemy 2.0 style for bulk insert is used to insert multiple records at the same time. Now let's compare various methods to select results with ORM classes. The first one is called 1, which is used when exactly one result is expected. This code demonstrated here uses the SQLAlchemy 1.4 style, which still works in 2.0. However, it's discouraged in the official documentation, and it's better to use the 2.0 style now. With the SQLAlchemy 2.0 style, we need to import the select function from SQLAlchemy and use it to construct a statement. We can then use the session to execute the statement and finally call the 1 method on the resultant object. Note that a row object is returned here, which basically works like tuples. To return the results directly rather than row objects, we can call the scalars method of the session, which will return a scalar result object that delivers the first column of each row at once. The scalar result object also has a 1 method which works in the same way as demonstrated in the previous slide. As the name suggests, the 1 method should only be used when exactly one result is expected. If more than one results are found, a multiple results found exception will be raised, and if no result is found, a no result found exception will be raised. In comparison, the first method will only return the first result if more than one is found, and it will simply return none if no result is found and will not raise an exception. The get method can be new to some developers. It is used to retrieve an ORM mapped instance by its primary key. Especially, it utilizes the identity map, aka session cache, for efficiency and thus can be more performant when you have a primary key value and want to quickly retrieve the corresponding object. As the name suggests, the scalar method is used to get a single scalar value. It executes a query and returns the first column of the first row as a scalar value. In practice, it's often used with aggregate functions like count and sum to get a single scalar value from a query. Note that the scalar method can be called directly on the session or on the result object. As mentioned in the previous slide, the scalar method executes a query and returns the first column of the first row as a scalar value. Similarly, the scalars method, which was introduced in the beginning of this video, returns a scalar result object that delivers the first column of each row at once. Therefore, they should not be used in cases where more than one column is returned. Otherwise, you will only get the results of the first column as demonstrated in this example. In this video, we compared different ways to get results from a database using ORM. We have learned the different scenarios for using each method here, and we can now choose the suitable ones for specific use cases. This is it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my channel for more content.